Hey, Garage Logic fans, Mishki here, slipping in ever so briefly to mention that I have a podcast that comes out every Wednesday and every Friday, twice a week now. The show is pretty much about everything you care about and are interested in and need in your life and want to know more about. I tailored the darn thing specifically to your liking. I tailored it to your loves, to your true passions. That took a long time. I'm spent. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely wasted.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? When it comes to protecting what matters, Pacific Life provides life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits for people and businesses building a more confident tomorrow. Strategies rooted in strength and backed by experience. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York. Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
How you doing, Chris?
Again. You ready? Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic Podcast number 1665, November 20, 2025. 63 degrees, the record high on this day. That was in 1925, 3 below in 1921. We're a long way from the last 60 of the year. Do yourself a favor and call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
Hail you! And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Boy, one thing just leads to another, doesn't it?
Keep it going.
We came up with that, we had the cold case 48-hour rule on the three-wheeler. I thought we were done, but Mr. William Stein of Aiken writes, you were talking about three-wheelers. My former next-door neighbor was instrumental in their being outlawed. The late Dr. Bruce Adams was a family practitioner in Aiken who also moonlighted weekends as an ER specialist at North Memorial in Minneapolis. He later went on to be the ER chief there. He got sick of seeing so many terrible injuries caused by three-wheelers, mostly due to the tendency for them to rise up and flip over backwards. One of the worst type of injuries was called deglovement of the mandible.
Holy shit.
In which the handlebars strike the lower jaw, peeling back all the skin and muscle of the lower face. Good riddance and good luck. Holy mackerel.
What is it called? Removal of the mandible?
It's called deglovement of the mandible.
I don't like your deglovement.
I don't do deglovement.
Right.
That means the deglove meant something.
Deglovement.
Like he was a baseball player.
How would you use that in a sentence, sir?
Before he went out to play golf, he tried to, he had to go to the bathroom, so he had to deglovement himself. As opposed to...
Boy, they're getting weaker, aren't they?
Well, you know.
Yeah. That's all right.
You give me a half an hour.
It's almost like we prepped him on it.
Yeah. The hell? Deglovement. Okay.
You ready for that?
Got it. Pretty sure. There it is.
Wait a minute. Doesn't that fly in the face of what we've been saying, how everybody in Minneapolis is blaming the cars for being ripped off? Isn't that kind of the same thing, Joe? I mean, I don't want to make this a political issue.
Well,
Kenny's got a point there.
It's far too late to bitch about the outlawing of three-wheelers, but here we are blaming the machine and not the incompetence of the operator.
Kenny, when was put a date on that when the three-wheelers went to four-wheelers? Roughly. Do you recall?
I thought we did that yesterday.
Yeah, we're done.
1988.
Yeah, it was. You could get there.
Squeeze.
I can see when Joe sits back like that and looks down, he's done. He's done with the topic.
Yeah.
Like a blackjack dealer, Joe. Show your hands like this.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Bert writes, if you're naked on the front porch and the neighbors can't see you, it's rural. So that's Kenny and Reavers. If you're naked on the front porch and the neighbors alert the authorities, it's suburban. That would be Heidt. If you're naked on the front porch and the neighbors see you and ignore you, that's urban. If you're naked on the front porch and your naked neighbor also on the front porch waves and says howdy, that's Florida.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I have to laugh.
I see your pineapples upside
Hey,
down.
how you
sir.
doing?
Oh, gross.
We have, I think it's been mentioned on the show, but perhaps I have a bit more information. We have more information on the woman running against Ilhan Omar for Congress. Her name is Latanya Reeves. This is the 5th congressional district seat. Omar's had it since 2020. She is up for re-election in 2026. Previously, she had been in the Minnesota legislature, of course. Omar was born in Mogadishu, Somalia. We all know. We know all that stuff. What about this new woman, Latanya? What's her deal?
She's got awesome hair.
She's got a lot of hair.
She's a Democrat.
Boy, this is all about all the crimes that Ilhan mostly is alleged to have committed. Latanya, what did I say her name was?
Reeves.
Latanya Reeves.
Reeves, yeah.
Well, Reeves has been involved in public safety. She's been a career probation officer in the Adult Supervision Services Division at Community Corrections and Rehabilitation in Hennepin County. She is chair of the Minneapolis Community Commission on Police Oversight. She was appointed in 2023 to serve on the Minnesota Sentencing Guidelines Commission. She is an incoming president for the 2026 version of that corrections group she's in. She served as the chair of the Minnesota Civilian Public Safety Commission. She served as Justice-Involved Girls State Task Force. She has served as the Justice Co-Chair for the Minneapolis NAACP. She's an active union organizer. She's been involved with the DFL. She's a member of the the Democratic National Committee. I still like her over Omar, despite all this.
You stole it from me. I'm looking at her platform and vision,
Yeah.
and I disagree with everything.
Everything.
But I like her more.
Oh, I like her a lot more.
Yeah.
She has a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and Sociology of Law, Criminology, and Deviance, a Master of Science degree in Public Service Leadership and Criminal Justice. You can't flunk those, and I still like her, and has completed all but her dissertation for a Ph.D. in criminal justice. Well, God bless her. She's our gal. Now, there are 2 Republicans running. I have no idea why they bother.
I like their chances.
These individuals would not run against Omar in the primary where the Democratic candidate would be selected. They would run against Omar in the general election. Oh, our old friend Dalia Al-Akidi, we've had her on the air. Isn't she from Baghdad? She ran against Omar in 2024. Yeah, she was born in Saudi Arabia. She moved to Minneapolis in 2019. And John Nagel, a 30-year veteran of the Minnesota State Patrol who lives in St. Louis Park. John, we hardly knew ye.
Didn't we have him on once?
I know we had Dahlia on,
No,
but I don't know that we've had John Nagel.
The name's
on.
just ringing a bell.
You're thinking of John Vogel, Big
No,
John.
he's thinking of our electrician guy, Nagel. His first name was escaping me.
Jim
Nagel.
Nagel. That's
There's
exactly.
another life lost.
Yep.
That's exactly who I'm thinking of.
Here's
Tanya Reeves.
Here's who's endorsed her.
Yeah.
Keith Ellison.
Still like her.
Scott Dibble. He's a senator.
Still like her.
Representative Jamie Long.
Still like her.
Representative Frank Hornstein.
Getting harder, but I still like her.
Sheriff Dwana S. Witt. She's
I
a
like her, yeah. She's
Fry.
I still like her.
Hollis Winston, the mayor of Brooklyn Park.
Why not?
Council member Andrea Jenkins.
Oh, what the hell? I like her.
Colin Beachy, chair, Minneapolis School Board. And finally, Dr. Cedric L. Alexander, former commissioner of community safety.
Cedric the entertainer.
Yep.
I like her.
Wait a minute. We just glossed over the A topic. Ellison pulled it.
Yeah. I was surprised by that.
Ellison isn't going to endorse Omar?
I wonder.
She must have cut off his payments or something.
I wonder
Or
what the
vice versa.
story
Or
is
vice
there.
versa, yeah.
Wow. That's kind of a big deal, is it not?
There's a guy that endorses her from the labor. He's a labor advocate. His name is Louis McNutt. What an awesome name.
It's a wonderful nut.
Louis McNutt.
That's a wonderful name.
He should be in radio. What
Really?
a great name.
Louis McNutt here.
Willie McNutt.
Good morning.
Let's turn to the Minnesota legislature. We have Lee Finke is calling the ICE raid very angry about it and says Trump is a child rapist.
Oh.
Well, the problem is we don't know that, and you're never going to know that.
We don't know that.
We don't know that you're never going to know that, or we don't know that
I was playing that as...
he's not a child. We don't know if he's a child rapist. You know what I think? A bunch of guys knew Epstein. And Epstein said to them, I got an island. I got a plane. Come on out. Come on over sometime. And a lot of them did. And there were hijinks. And quite probably the hijinks involved girls not of age. And all these guys who took part, they know now what a shameful thing they did. And they don't want this made public.
Do you think they went there not knowing what to expect?
No,
and they thought,
no. They had a good idea.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
and it was like when Clinton went to visit Greg Norman remember that down in Florida, and mysteriously enough broke his leg or something.
Hurt his knee.
Yeah, sure you did. Bro.
Right. Tripping over 16-year-olds.
So many of these fellows are probably now in positions of high status in the world. And they don't want their names revealed. And they got the right guy as president to keep those names secret, because very probably he's among them. Oh, God. I'm not saying he's a child rapist, because we don't know that. But we'll never know it, because as you can see, just even by today's news, these documents or whatever they are will never be available to the public, ever. We'll never know. So therefore, I wish the whole thing would go away. Because what good is it serving only except for to educate us on the ridiculous theater conducted by the third rail? They'll just invent new ways to not serve the public and protect themselves. So you're never going to get these documents, ever.
And I'm sick of every newscast starting with these Trump stuff, and there's nothing new.
And these hypocrites usually like to start every newscast with weather because it helps their agenda. But when you know they shove the weather aside for Epstein, they're dying to give you these documents. We'll never see them. They will never, ever be released.
So, Rook, I should move that from my lead today into something else.
Start with the weather, John.
Yeah, you got bad weather and come back to it, will you?
Joe, can you put on your judge's robes for a second? I have a legal question for you.
Here I am.
Does the president have any legal recourse against Lee Finke for calling him a child rapist? Is there?
You would think that would greatly irritate him.
Wasn't that classic definition or a defamation case? I mean,
it seems like it's defamation to me. Yeah. And hasn't he won cases like that in the past?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the exact quote here.
Oh, I have it right here.
Oh, read it to me.
Accused in her Instagram comments, she accused him of participating in a massive sex trafficking ring and called him a child rapist. She said, I don't know what happens in this current political climate when we definitely prove that our president is a participant in a massive sex trafficking ring organized by his friends. Going on, it is one thing for us to presume what we know in the face of mounting evidence, but it's another thing to confirm the reality. that the man who is our elected president is a child rapist.
Well, that's one way to get rid of her. Yeah, he's got a case there. Unless, of course, he's a child rapist, and suing her would cause him to have the file.
Even if he is, the onus would be on her to prove it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does she prove that? What does she have proof?
Well, we've come a long way in this country to we're arguing about whether the president of the United States is a child rapist.
I'd rather go back to arguing about three-wheelers versus four-wheelers.
Well, to tell you the truth, so would
88, you say the switch was?
It was in that era.
Got it.
Early 80s, maybe.
Got it. Now I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Diamonds Are Forever?
Yeah, that was the one
there was three
based in
wheelers
Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, there was three-wheelers in that one.
Connery.
That's right.
Yeah.
You want to talk about awkward machines, that same era, the wet bike, which was also in a James Bond movie. One of the hardest machines to get out of the depths and up on top of the water. But once you got it up and going, it was a blast.
Is that what you pedaled?
No. Remember Bond it was white, and it had what looked like one big ski in the front and one in the back.
I guess I can vaguely picture it.
Yeah, and you rode it. It kind of looked like a motorcycle on the water. You sat on it like it was a motorcycle. And once you got going, it was fine. But, boy, getting going was a real challenge.
I want you all to know that today, thanks to the UN, which is an organization that I am grateful for the UN. I think they do wonderful work.
We don't know that.
I'm glad we host them on some because I'm driving a car.
Joe, how would they rule in my case where I do have indoor plumbing and bathrooms and a septic system, but I prefer to go outside and use the outdoors?
You are merely identifying with your brothers and sisters elsewhere who do not have indoor facilities.
So they would lend a sympathetic ear. Thank you.
There were live performances at this event.
I would hope so. It's World Toilet Day.
What was that?
Why does this body exist? They haven't done anything.
Oh my God! I just realized John and Kenny have no idea what we just played because they were both out last week.
Oh my
all I
God!
heard was
What was
Chris Isaac.
Set it up, Reavers.
Okay, so there was picture a guy, hardworking blue collar guy in the restroom, and his buddy times up the sound you hear with the beginning of the Chris Isaac song.
There's a guy trying to do his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Center stall.
And he's being filmed by his buddy.
Oh, no.
And then he thinks, that is so weird. I can add a song to that. So here it is.
I totally forgot.
Boy, are we sophomoric.
John, doesn't that remind you of something Tom Waits would do? He likes using sounds like
He
that
likes sounds effects.
in his songs.
Yeah.
Now, I, for one, happen to think that's not real.
It's probably AI, but who gives a damn? It's funny.
Can I get back to we haven't really left World Toilet Day, have we?
No, we're still there. We're still on the pod.
We're just commenting on the live performance.
I've been to the UN building. It's a lot of people walking around with iPads.
A lot of people.
None of them accomplishing anything. And the current head of this phony operation is Antonio Guterres. He wants the world to make a movement, which I think is an inconvenient word for him to use on World Toilet Day. He wants the world to make a movement towards equal toilet facilities for all. He wants toilet equity. This is what the UN is.
Big banner ad and all that?
I'm not making this up. He wants toilet equity in a world reshaped by rising climate pressures, because they won't give up on that.
No.
That's their last way they figured out how to destroy us, is to keep harping away on the climate. So in a world reshaped by rising climate pressures, urban growth, and inequality, safe sanitation remains a cornerstone of public health and human dignity. And it does, General Antonio Guterres. It does. But have you ever done anything about all of the corrupt regimes that have been running third world countries, enriching themselves with the money we send them and not accomplishing the task that you claim to be in favor of? You're a hypocrite. You're useless. Your body is useless. Not your body personally, although it might be. The UN is useless. And it's just a great big money-sucking fraud. And they haven't accomplished a thing, and I wish they weren't in our country. So there. And don't. One more thought, John.
There's more.
Don't forget that lack of sanitation around the third world is caused by corrupt, non-existent, corrosive governments. Yes, John.
I just wanted to make a correction from our earlier conversation.
Yes.
About Keith Ellison, because I thought, boy, it's weird.
Yeah.
He did endorse Ilhan Omar for Congress.
That's better.
He endorsed LaTanya Reeves to be a member of the Democratic National Committee.
Oh,
so he's
okay.
endorsed both of them, but for different spots.
Sure.
Can you do that?
You can do anything you want when you're the Attorney General.
He had two jobs, you know.
He's the Attorney General. He can damn well do what he pleases.
I like that LaTanya is milking it, though. That's fun.
And despite the fact that she's virtually left of Bernie Sanders, I still like her.
Because she ain't Ilhan.
Because she ain't Ilhan Omar. This is the week of voting for the 2025.
Oh, Brooke, you got to get the trophy.
You don't have to. Oh. Because the Center of the American Experiment will award the 2025 Golden Turkey Awards next week, right?
Yes, sir.
On this show, we name the winner. You still can vote by going to AmericanExperiment.org to cast your vote. This is your vote for what you think is the best example of wasteful spending by the government. Walz is in there, but not for the billions and billions and billions of dollars he's blown. He's in there for the $430,000 legal bill he racked up just to appear on a congressional hearing, even though he spent 12 years in Congress. Gold Line Bus Project, $1 million bathrooms in Bloomington. They use COVID relief money for that. And some crackpot in the legislature wants you to be able to surf on the Rum River. What's that guy's name? He's now Speaker of the House. Stevenson or Stevens? Who is it? This is his baby. Come on, help me. Who is the guy?
Yeah.
Speaker.
It's a Coon Rapids.
Ralph Mouth.
Not Ralph. It's
Mike Johnson.
No, it's not Mike Johnson. It's come on, let's go here.
Zach Stevenson.
Zach Stevenson.
Yeah, Zach is. He wants you to surf on the Rum. He'll divert $6.2 million from roads to make Anoka, Minnesota, the next surfing hotspot. GLers, you've got your work cut out for you, but the voting is open for the American Experiment's 2025 Golden Turkey Awards. Go to AmericanExperiment.org and cast your vote.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties, they're all back, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Whether you're into basketball, football, hockey, or any sport in between, Underdog is the best place to play, and playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite player will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, and many more. Get your picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. Austin Reeves, I've been picking him a lot this year. He's been good at everything. Points, assists, you name it. So I'll be looking at Austin Reeves to go higher in points and assists. Download the app today and use promo code GARAGE to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code GARAGE. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Reavers here once again for my guy, Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Well, sometimes the anxiety from wondering if you've saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? Well, Mr. Money Talk is going to be able to sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk, never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute, no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608 and set up your free 48-minute, no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reavers is a paid endorser.
Whoa.
The earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
Play for Patrick Positive Thursday today. It's brought to us by Schoonover Body Works and Auto Care in Shoreview. They're at 1060 County Road E in Shoreview. By the way, that's where you can send your check, Joe. All things related to auto care and Play for Patrick can be had at Schoonover's. Hi, Mike. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, boys.
Listen to this.
Nice to be with you today.
Listen to this. Zip your lip and listen to this, Mike. The John and Angela Fund have generously donated $5,000 to our Play for Patrick deal. Also, this morning, we had an anonymous donor donate $2,500. So our grand total right now, $10,270. Is that right, Gabe?
That's correct. Right on the money.
We're doing good so far, Mike.
Holy schmoly, that's fantastic.
Oh, we ain't done yet. I brought my checkbook to work.
And then I got yelled at because I forgot to ask you what your address was yesterday, Mike. Sorry.
That's
See,
okay.
Mike, Joe can't just do it the way everybody else does it. He's got to bring in his bucket of wheat pennies, and he's going to truck them up there and let Nikki sort through
You guys got a coin counter in here?
As much as you guys like to give him crap, you know, if it weren't for Joe, we wouldn't be here, right?
Well, thanks for reminding
Boy, that's a hell of a comment.
Thanks a lot, Scoobs. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
Hey, Joe,
Joe.
that'll shut him up quickly, right?
Yeah, that really worked.
What can we do to help? What else do you need? What's our goal, by the way? Isn't our goal like $30,000?
Well, whatever we can raise, it's just going to be kind of it's just going to be perpetual. We're just going to continue doing these heart screens, and we're going to continue teaching people how to do CPR and how to use an AED, and we're going to continue giving these AEDs out to schools and communities throughout the state. So, you know, next year, last year there was a law passed called the Cardiac Emergency Response Plan, which requires all schools in the state of Minnesota to have a SERP program, as they call it. So they got to be prepared for sudden cardiac arrest, whether it be a student or an adult or a parent or whatever. And unfortunately, there's a lot of schools that are not prepared. So we're gonna all this money that's being raised, we're gonna help, you know, with other organizations, help get these schools ready to be ready for, you know, when a cardiac event happens, because they will happen.
Mike, how much, if I was going to go in and buy one off the showroom floor, how much does an AED cost a guy? Just one single unit?
Well, I think they go anywhere from like $1,500 on, you know, on up, and you know, bilingual and all those, you know, having a child, you know, having the ability to shock a child, you know, there's a lot, and then portability, excuse me.
Yeah.
The smaller they are, the more expensive they are. So, but you don't have to spend a lot because, you know, there's a lot of refurbished and used AEDs out there. There's a lot of companies that, hey, this thing is 5 years old, so it's beyond our use, but it's still a good AED. So the only thing that I would recommend to GLers is just use some common sense and caution of who you're buying it from, because if it's too good of a deal, or if it's a company that doesn't have a very good reputation for servicing it or teaching you how to use it, then it's not a very good deal.
You guys also at your Play for Patrick events teach CPR. Now, there's been a very sad development in the world of CPR. I no longer am able to use my mouth. I can't use my mouth anymore. Is that true?
We don't want you to use your mouth, Kenny.
God, I hope not.
That actually makes it a lot easier. And my sister-in-law, who is in the medical field, can attest to this and has done it. I don't know how to put this, mouth-free.
Are you being serious now?
And saved a life. Yeah, no, you don't use your mouth anymore, Joe.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the nice so we teach bystander CPR. So, all the CPR that we're teaching people is just, compressions. There's no mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. All you're doing is beating their heart for them until emergency services arrive.
I think that improves my odds.
Grabs the AED.
And Joe, it really works. It works.
No one would come to me before, but now, what the hell? Just jump on my chest.
Yep.
There we go.
All right, let's get down to it. Well, no, it's a little more complicated than that.
I understand.
It's chest compressions. Let's get down to the real nitty-gritty here. Where do we donate? Chris, you've got, I know we can donate to playforpatrick.org.
GarageLogic.com/donate is where you can go and you'll get all the information. Just go to the website, GarageLogic.com.
What do you think? We need another 10 grand or so, don't we? 10, 15 grand by the end of the week?
I think so.
Yeah. And Mike, I've been threatening to go to people's front door and actually solicit money from them if they don't hurry up and donate to us.
All right, Kenny, as much as we don't want you to use mouth-to-mouth on anybody, and we certainly don't need you to go door-to-door. So just stay put, Kenny. Stay put.
I'll calm down.
Go drive tractor. Go drive truck. Just do what you're good at.
I think what you're saying is, okay, Kenny.
Okay, Kenny.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much. Meanwhile, if you need anything related to that automobile, your daily driver, your special ride that only comes out for a few days in the summer, doesn't matter. Anything at all. You can have it at Schoonover Body Works and Auto Care. They are the official shop of Garage Logic and always rated as one of the best shops in the metro. The website, schoonoverbodyworks.com. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, yellers.
Okay.
You guys have a great day, okay?
Thank you.
You too, Mike.
Tim Walz, are you listening?
Tim Walz, are you listening? Perfect.
A report issued yesterday by the Minnesota Chamber of Commerce warns that Minnesota's economy is losing ground compared to the rest of the nation. The Chamber of Commerce announced that it has launched a multi-year initiative dubbed the Economic Imperative for Growth to reverse the findings of the report. According to the report, Minnesota's GDP per capita has grown 1% annually since 2019, while the national average is 1.8%. The state's labor force only increased 0.2% annually, leaving nearly 2 jobs per job seeker. The report found Minnesota's labor growth ranked 40th in the nation.
Wow.
Additionally, the report found that from 2020 to 2024, nearly 48,000 more people left Minnesota than moved here. The state ranking puts the state at 41st for losing people. These stats should serve as a wake-up call, said Doug Loon, president and CEO at the Minnesota Chamber of Commerce. We cannot hide from the realities of our economic position. We can celebrate what's great and confront the barriers that hold us back. It's time to restore our competitiveness and create opportunity here in Minnesota. That is among Walz's complete and thorough failings. That's me talking, not this guy. This guy has been the worst governor in the history of the state of Minnesota.
You say 41st in losing people. That's almost misleading, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
No, but I'm just saying that wording sounds... Yeah, anyway. That's terrible. Wow.
When asked what's led up to the decline, Loon said it comes back to a few fundamental realities of our economy and our state. We have a demographic challenge. We're aging. We're not replacing ourselves as fast as we want to. And we're not seeing the migration to Minnesota that we once enjoyed. So you put those things together, and we have challenges with our population, and that's not all. Our regulatory and tax environment are burdens on business expansion and investment, Loon said. Isn't that something? There's no more. And this current governor,
thank you. Careful.
He wishes to run again. Does he not think he has not thoroughly enough destroyed the state
Joe,
yet?
His work is not done. Mike Fratelloni and I recorded our show earlier today. He told me something that blew my mind, and it goes along with this. Do you guys know what the average age of the first-time homebuyer is currently in both the U.S. and the state of Minnesota?
It's going up dramatically.
It's in the 40s now, isn't
40.
it?
40, yeah.
40 years old.
For solutions, according to the chamber, we need to make sure we're an affordable state. Well, that's a big hump to get over. That we're welcome to people moving here. Well, people aren't. And helping them find a career and opportunity here. This is all about economic opportunity for Minnesotans and non-Minnesotans to be in Minnesota. These are challenges for us we need to think about. That also relates to our tax code. Are we always going to be a high-tax state? Taxes are almost every aspect of our economy. That is a challenge that many times pushes investments and people away from Minnesota. So then there are also our regulatory environment. We've been working hard at the chamber to come up with a better way, more efficiently, to deliver regulations to the state as opposed to creating barriers to regulation. If you go to Channel 5 website, 5 Eyewitness News, you can download the whole chamber report. To me, they didn't say it. To me, it's an indictment of Walz, of the Walz tenure. This decline is under his tenure.
Of course.
So I'll say it.
But nobody's aggressively going after that, though. He's getting a pass.
Do we have, well, this is also what we're dealing with. There's a great audio that can be accessed through this online newspaper called the Minneapolis Times.
MinneapolisTimes.com.
Carol Becker. It's a fun place to check daily. I'm beginning to get in the habit of checking the Minneapolis Times.
David Tinjum was the one who put this piece together.
Okay, and here is the audio of Robyn Wonsley announcing her Marxist intentions.
Hey, y'all. It's Councilmember Robyn Wonsley, and I'm just coming to you to check in and share a little bit of good news. So this time last week, we had 46,000 Minneapolis residents vote to elect a Democratic Socialist mayor. And while we were not victorious in that fight, all 4 DSA endorsed city council candidates, including yours truly, won their races by overwhelming margins. And to me, that does send a clear message that we do have people all across our city who do want city leaders who are going to fight for working class communities and not corporate interests. And that's exactly why I'm so excited to announce that I will be formally bringing a proposal to establish a Democratic Socialist caucus on the city council, and that I intend to lead it. And this caucus will represent the citywide movement we've built over several years to advance policies that uplift and protect working class communities and some of our most vulnerable communities. And I think it's important to have that work and those values be reflected in City Hall. So in January, I look forward to council supporting the adoption of a Democratic Socialist caucus under my leadership. And then for us to get to work to advance and win a $20 minimum wage, key renter protections like rent control, and a city-owned grocery store. So you already know that I'm in this with you, and I look forward to working together to prove that a Minneapolis works best when it works for all of us. So with that, y'all, bye.
How do you have working people without corporate interests?
Oh, my God.
And the $20 an hour, where's that supposed to come from? At a city-run grocery store, which is
worked.
That's absolute folly. This woman is corrosive. She's And she won her seat handily.
Does she have the votes on the council?
No.
To pass those ridiculous things?
No.
But you know, when you watch the video and you're listening to her talk, it completely feels to me there's a machine operating here in Minneapolis, Kansas City, LA. It doesn't matter. That she's a puppet, and the puppet master, whoever that is, behind this DSA movement is sending all these same talking points to all these candidates. She's too stupid to come up with something like this on her own.
She's never done anything.
She's never done anything.
She's just another activist who...
You didn't have me until you said she's too stupid. And now I'm considering what you said previously.
But do you see what I'm saying, Ken?
Oh, yeah. I kind of do, yeah. But you're right. She's not she's brilliant leader.
No.
Either is Chug Tie.
Hey, y'all.
These people won handily. So, Minneapolis, good luck to you.
Yep.
You knew what you were doing, or more accurately, you do not know what you're doing because you keep involving these people, and she holds corporate interests in America in contempt because that's what she's told to do by the DSA movement. It's in their platform, and so I don't know. Again, this has failed wherever it's been tried for hundreds of years, and it's going to fail here because you're going to run out of other people's money.
And you have to remember, Chris, with the way she speaks, she's not talking to 60-year-old adult males.
True.
In Minneapolis.
She's talking to no one white either.
Well, I wouldn't say that. No, I disagree with that. But I would say she's trying to endear herself to the younger generation because we hear a lot of that from the youngsters.
I think she already has.
Other than Gabe and my son. And, well, I shouldn't have even said that, I guess, now that I think about it. Yeah, but you see what she's doing with her manner of speech, right, Chris?
I do.
Yes.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, she's trying to endear herself to a certain demographic.
Either that or she thinks we're in Georgia. Hi, y'all.
Yeah, she wasn't talking to... She wasn't talking to us.
She wasn't talking to GLers.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Because all of the GLers have left the city.
Yeah. It seems timely. It seems timely to point out that there is a Nirvana out there, and it could be Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
What a time! That's a timely ad, Joe.
Especially after that chamber report comes out. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, business friendly. Can you imagine what that must be like? A business-friendly tax environment, no personal or corporate state income taxes, a growing city, well-educated workforce, centrally located, cost of living is low, voted #1 best small city for business and careers by Forbes magazine. There's no state corporate or personal income tax, no inheritance tax, and no limits to what your business can achieve. Go to the Sioux Falls Development Foundation. They're going to steer you to the right information. It'll help you make this decision if you're thinking about expanding your business, moving your business, starting a new one. Find out everything you know at Sioux Falls Development, one word, SiouxFallsDevelopment.com.
Football season is going hot and heavy, and Underdog is the best place to get into the game and get in on all the action. Best part of Underdog? How easy it is to play. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and lots more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at Josh Jacobs, picking him to go higher for touchdowns, and it seems like Matthew Stafford is always a good pick to go higher on passing yards. Download the app today, sign up with the promo code GARAGE to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code GARAGE. Underdog, make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
To Johnny.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
It's gift-giving season. Masters Maples is here for you, by the way. MastersMaples.com. Mike Fredoloni had a great idea. Don't be the guy that shows up with a bottle of wine at a Christmas party, because that sucker's going to be gone in about 2 minutes. Show up with a personalized bottle of Masters Maples, and you suck up to the mother-in-law and say, hey, this is for you. And that thing's going to last you a month in the fridge, and you're going to be the hero for every breakfast. It's a great idea, by the way. Find out where the spread is, huh? MastersMaples.com. You can find all sorts of gift packs available, whether you're looking for the 100% pure maple syrup, or if you're looking for the pure maple sugar, the sweet and savory seasonings and rubs. Or, you know what? Don't be lame. Get them all. It's fantastic stuff. It's 100% and pure. Minnesota made. Our buddy Ben, a diehard GLer, he's the brains behind Masters Maples and mastersmaples.com. It's an awesome gift. Get it right now before they run out at mastersmaples.com, and you yourself can taste the difference.
After a long and unfortunate absence, here he is, our newsman, John Heidt.
Thank you, Joe. It's wonderful to be back. And Rook, thanks for that song about me.
Did you like that song? I wrote that just earlier.
Very impressive, yeah. Let's start the news with some sports notes today. By the way, this is all brought to you by North American Banking Company.
Thank you.
Sports notes, the Twins will be part of the action next year as Major League Baseball revives its Field of Dreams series at the site of the 1989 movie. They'll play the Philadelphia Phillies. There were games played there in 2021 and 2022, but they did some renovations, and MLB action will return to the site August 13th. Twins will be the home team. The two clubs will take 1 day to travel back to Minneapolis before they finish out a 3-game series at Target Field August 15th and 16th.
Joe, I need August 13th off.
Okay.
As much as I hate the Twins right now, I have to go see the Twins at Field of Dreams.
Mm-hmm. Also announced yesterday a new broadcast situation for MLB. New deals announced yesterday will not affect how you view the Twins locally. In-market streaming, Twins.tv will continue to carry all in-market games for fans. Out-of-market streaming, MLB.tv remains the option for out-of-market viewers also, with the usual blackout rules. The MLB.tv and Twins.tv bundle will remain available. And as far as traditional TV goes, the deal does not affect 2026 local television distribution. So basically, whatever you did if you watched the Twins last year, do the same thing this year.
I got it.
Next year, I guess that would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and Joe, for you, that means call John and I and complain that you can't find the Twins game until we help walk you through it.
I got them all last year.
Okay. How many games did you watch last year, roughly, do you think?
30.
Okay. You guys don't count.
Okay.
What?
No,
John,
you watch dumb games.
In your absence, I signed up for the same sports bundle package that you and Chris have.
Oh, yeah.
And immediately tuned into the Wild. They were in the third period. And we weren't watching, the roommate and I weren't watching for more than 30 seconds when we were both yelling at the TV, shoot the puck, you bleeping idiots.
But they won in a shootout last night.
Yeah, they won again last night.
Glad to see it's working out for you.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I'm really glad I took your advice.
Wait till you start watching San Diego versus the Phillies.
Okay, that's every game. And what I've noticed,
games,
and you guys didn't tell me this, that you can watch the other team's broadcast,
It's fantastic.
which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with baseball. It's always fun to hear all the announcers. Yeah.
Yep.
In news, the city of Minneapolis honored 10-year-old Harper Moisky today by declaring November Harper Moisky Month and urging others to carry on her legacy. Moisky and 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel were killed in the shooting at Annunciation Church and School earlier this month. Moisky would have turned 11 earlier this month. In a resolution approved by the city council, the city of Minneapolis said it wants everyone to carry on Moisky's spirit, kindness, and joy. Municipal liquor stores are losing customers who are drinking less. And that means the cities are losing money. The trend of fewer Gen Z drinkers is being felt across Minnesota. For instance, in Sauk Rapids, the liquor store there, sales are down more than $100,000. City leaders say the loss of revenue will impact everyone in town. The finance director in Sauk Rapids, Jack Kahlhammer, said, "I've heard it for several years and it just seems like it hit us hard this year. It usually helps pay for police vehicles, fire equipment, public works equipment. It helps reduce property tax levies. It does have an impact. It will have an impact across the board." The Minnesota Municipal Beverage Association says the industry has been through these cycles before. They're telling customers, or members, to go back to the basics with customer education, quality pricing, and effective promotional activities.
These are young people. Gen Z is born between 1997 and today.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Robyn Wonsley has a plan, though. They're going to have city-run liquor stores here in Minneapolis.
That'll be great.
Yes.
Well, municipals work great in other towns.
Munis.
Well, that's what this Sauk Rapids story was about.
Yeah.
Yeah. The weed drinks are flying off the shelf.
Yeah. For now, until doesn't the law change at the end of the year?
They'll fix it.
I don't know.
Star Tribune reporting Waymo, the driverless ride-hailing company, is bringing its fleet of autonomous electric vehicles to Minneapolis. Testing of the signature white Jaguar I-Pace SUVs and Zeekr RT vehicles is set to begin today, but it will likely be several months before any passenger service would begin. Chris Benelli is the product communications manager for the Silicon Valley-based company owned by Alphabet. He said, "We are here and telling you what we are doing. We intend to offer ride-hailing in Minneapolis. We are not just coming for testing."
Wait till one of these things gets stuck in a snowbank.
Well, I'm just going to say, have these people seen our streets?
I know.
I wouldn't bring anything here.
Or goes in front of a light rail train.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the road rage it's going to generate?
How about the potential carjackings where there's nobody driving?
Yeah, how do you, nobody to confront?
Give me that keys. Right.
Testing with a human driver behind the wheel will begin by collecting data and mapping out the city, Benelli said. Cars are equipped with sensors, cameras, radar, and LiDAR, which is light detection and ranging, to create a 360-degree view of its surroundings.
I got you.
Once everything is complete, a driver will remain behind the wheel as the vehicle drives the routes, only taking the steering wheel should the need arise, according to Benelli. At that point, he said, the future of transportation that, quote, does not get drunk, tired, or distracted, as the company describes it, would be ready for Waymo to give rides in its fully autonomous cars.
With nobody behind the wheel.
That's correct.
Right?
Nobody anywhere.
I ain't ever doing that.
John, did you cite the actual type of vehicles that they have in
Jaguar SUV.
Jaguar or something. Jaguar I-Pace
Like the
SUV
F-Type? Okay.
and a Zeekr RT. I don't
Interesting.
know what that is. They are already using these in several cities, Los Angeles,
Vegas.
Phoenix, and San Francisco among them. A friend of mine on Facebook who's a musician said he was stunned. I think he was in San Francisco. He said he would see one every 100 feet.
Wow.
And he was worried, needless to say.
Well, if you were homeless in San Fran, you could just move in.
Right. Let's
one
go
as
to the
a
next
bath.
McDonald's.
Use it as for a bathroom like they did with Lebowski's car.
The company also is partnering with DoorDash to deliver grocery and meal orders to customers in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Minnesota's peak deer season ended Sunday with a plentiful harvest that assured state wildlife biologists that whitetail populations are still rebounding and being kept in check by hunters. The final tally for the 9-day statewide firearm season, 123,634 whitetails.
Holy cow.
That's up 8% from a year ago and comfortably ahead of the 5-year average. Hunting license sales at the Department of Natural Resources were on par with last year, about 398,000 hunters. Looking ahead, total deer harvest this year was on pace to exceed last year's total of 170,679 animals. Paul Burr is the DNR's acting big game program director. He said, "I'm very happy to see the numbers we're putting up. It's indicative of a growing, healthy deer population, and we did not see a decline in hunters."
The biggest mismanaged population there is. These
4
guys
deer sleeping in the yard across the
patting
street last night.
themselves on the back for doing a horrible job. Jeez. What a bunch of clowns.
Quick break here and hear from Mr. Olson.
John, that's not correct. I demand now. I'm not asking. I demand that when you refer to me as Master Seafoam. Master Seafoam.
Wow.
I am the Garage Logic, the GLC foam expert. You can ask me anything about it, and I'll tell you the truth. Seafoam helps your engine run better, helps it last longer, it prevents common engine problems, it cleans, it lubes, and it's safe in all gasoline and diesel engines. Now, how do we use it? Well, that's where I might have got it wrong in the past, and I think Joe's on the same level here. When we get asked, we tell you, give them a big, big bump. Way too much is perfect.
It's the way I do it.
Actually, that's not true. If you go to the official website, seafoamworks.com, they're going to give you the real dope for regular fuel system maintenance. Add 1 ounce per gallon for cleaning.
If 1 ounce is good, give them the whole thing.
That's what I say. Yep, way too much. Perfect. 2 or more ounces for a low tank. The more you add to fuel, the better it cleans. See? That proves Joe and I are correct.
That's right.
And for 2-stroke premix, add 2 ounces per gallon. But when it's time to put them to bed for the season, you got to stabilize that fuel. Add 1 ounce per gallon. Where to find it? Well, look around. Open your eyes up. It's everywhere. Big box stores, hardware stores, auto parts, convenience stores. It's even in grocery stores. It's everywhere, and it's the best thing you can do for your cylinders. A wonderful product in a world of bad gas. It's Seafoam.
Here's a guy looking through his phone.
You cannot stop him. He'll just make a move. Joe Souchere.
We are nuts. And we are nuts. MN.com. Handmade right here in the great state of Minnesota, Minneapolis to be exact. It's small batch, handcrafted and roasted to perfection. You know what? I had a great tweet from our buddy Cicero MN. He stopped in at the Fratelloni's, I believe, Johnny, up in Andover, in your neck of the woods.
Nice.
He got and I didn't know they even had this, the cranberry mix. Hello? What? I didn't even know that was possible.
What?
But also the dill pickle that we had.
I got to have a cranberry mix.
Should I text Mike and tell him to put it at the Grand Store?
Do something, yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw that tweet. And it started off a firestorm. But check it out for yourself. Go to wearenutsmn.com. Like I said, you can get them at any one of your Fratelloni's hardware and garden stores locations, Lunds and Barley's, Kowalski's Markets, now available at all Quick Cub Foods locations and also available at Quick Trip. It's the snack that's taking over the world, and you know it's the best, whether you're looking for the cashews, whether you're looking for the maple bourbon toffee almonds, it's all there for you. Great gifts, by the way, for those in your life. We are nuts and wearenutsmn.com. Kenny, you have a correction to make.
John, this might come as a surprise to you in your absence. The mayor, the fireworks commissioner, made a mistake.
What?
And I only learned of this because we have our own official geologist. Stacy.
We do, Stacy. Yeah.
She alerted me and sent me a text yesterday with a link to the USGS volcanoes on Twitter. Fact check. There is no tremor occurring at Mount Rainier. Always check credible sources like USGS and PNSN for information about volcanoes. The station Star is temporarily impacted by ice buildup causing communication problems resulting in odd but non-volcanic signals.
I see.
John, the mayor yesterday had Mount Rainier exploding in the near future.
She's ready to go at any moment. Ready to go at any moment. That's not true. I was wrong. I'm sorry if anyone was offended.
You go to the box, you feel shame.
Feel shame.
2 minutes.
And then you get free.
And thank you, Stacy.
National and international news. Economic news, U.S. job growth defied expectations in September, according to a Labor Department Department report issued nearly 7 weeks late because of the government shutdown. Payrolls rose by a seasonally adjusted 119,000 on the month, the strongest gain since April. That was well above the gain of 50,000 jobs economists polled by the Wall Street Journal expected to see. The September report covers the month before the recent government shutdown began on October 1st. However, August payroll numbers were revised to a loss of 4,000 jobs, and July's payrolls were revised slightly lower to a 72,000 gain.
John, I hate to interrupt, but
yes?
You were just mentioning jobs and payroll, and I think I owe it to the audience and to the rest of the staff. Joe, will you do me a favor and regale all of us with the phone conversation that the man to your right had with the staff at the airport yesterday, and your reaction to that phone call that Matthew had after the show took place yesterday?
Oh, what was it?
Well, he took a call from apparently someone who works for him.
One of the supervisors.
And some questions were asked of Rook, and Rook rattled off these professional answers. He knew exactly where...
International travel.
He dealt with somebody on Icelandic Air and told him exactly where he had to go and what the procedure was, and then he dealt with another guy and said, don't worry about Gate 3, Phase 4. I got that all handled. Wow. And he hung up, and I looked at him, and I said, let me ask you something.
What?
I said, you've been working for me for 30 years, and I've asked you to do things, and all I've ever gotten really is the word top hat written on a piece of paper. And you were running this thing so smoothly. You sounded like you knew what you were doing. It didn't sound like BS. I couldn't have been more impressed. And then I just thought back over our long career together, and I had regret. I had sadness.
I looked at him and I set the phone down very slowly and longingly, and I said, I'm going to go back to being dumb now, okay?
But you guys, you two are the only two that will get it, because I was standing there, Joe's sitting at his desk, and Matthew's on the phone, and I see this from Joe. He glares right at me like, who is this person? It's the head snap.
Yeah. It was quite informational.
It's like the chore at your house that you don't want to do, so you just play stupid whenever your wife asks you.
Very good at that.
And he's done that for 30 years.
Yeah. To you, yeah.
But he goes to the airport, and they can't even move a plane without talking to him.
That's
put that over on G22, okay?
Right.
Yeah, got it.
Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes increased last month to the fastest pace since February as lower mortgage rates helped pull more home buyers into the market. Existing home sales rose 1.2% in October from the previous month to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 4.10 million units. Sales climbed 1.7% compared with October last year. October's home sales were likely limited by the federal government shutdown, which could have delayed some transactions that would have closed last month. Justice Department lawyers revealed yesterday they didn't present a revised indictment against former FBI Director James Comey to a full grand jury, an unusual error that threatens to derail the federal government's case. In September, interim U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan presented 3 counts against Comey to a grand jury stemming from the 2020 testimony over the Trump-Russia investigation. The grand jury rejected one false statement, but voted to indict on the other 2. However, instead of presenting a revised 2-count indictment to the grand jury for approval, Halligan revealed yesterday she presented the updated charging document only to the 4-person who signed it. The news presented yesterday could result in the case being thrown out altogether, according to legal experts. President Trump signed a bill last night to compel the Justice Department to release files related to Jeffrey Epstein, capping off that months-long bipartisan push in Congress. That was my lead, Rook, but I moved it back.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Let's see, now I lost my place trying to say that. The House overwhelmingly supported passing the bill on Tuesday, with only Representative Clay Higgins voting against the legislation. Later in the day, the Senate agreed to send the measure to the president by unanimous consent. The bill requires Attorney General Pam Bondi to release all unclassified records related to Epstein within 30 days. The law allows for redactions about Epstein's victims if there's an ongoing federal investigation involved, but the Department of Justice cannot withhold information according to the law due to embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity.
No, you said the key word, the word they need in there. The only word that they need is we can send out unclassified. Suddenly there's going to be a lot of classified
info.
And if you do get them all released, it's because they've been so thoroughly scrubbed. There's nothing in there embarrassing to anybody. It's going to end up that Epstein led a choir on that island, and they all it was a religious ceremony. It was wonderful.
And they have 30 days still to do whatever
You'll
they want.
never see them, and if you do, it's because they've become meaningless.
Democratic Rep. Sheila Sherfilius McCormick of Florida has been indicted by a federal grand jury on charges she stole $5 million in Federal Emergency Management Agency funds, which she's accused of then laundering to support her 2021 congressional campaign. The indictment was announced by the Justice Department.
And by the way, she knew what she was doing.
The indictment alleges Sherfilius
apparently
McCormick.
not. She's been caught.
Well, she only got caught because of, well, I'm sorry, John, you finish the story.
The indictment alleges McCormick and her brother Edwin, received a $5 million overpayment in FEMA funds directed to their family health care company in connection with a contract for COVID-19 vaccination staffing in 2021. Federal investigation has been going on for several years now and dates back to the Biden administration.
It sounds like fraud that they didn't even ask for.
No, they were just giving it to
up.
them, yeah. And they were successfully able to maneuver all that money through all these shell operations.
That's
it's just
wonderful, yeah. I think that's the way it
But
should be
you
done.
said this a while ago. All NGOs just need to be shut down and
I wouldn't
vetted.
have any nonprofits.
I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of them out there that do great work.
A lot of good ones, but I'm sorry, the rotten apples are spoiling your barrel.
Mr. President?
Well, I got it right.
Okay.
I got it right.
Enough. Yeah. Washington National Cathedral this morning hosted a bipartisan show of respect and remembrance for Dick Cheney, the consequential and sometimes polarizing vice president who in later years became an acidic critic of fellow Republican President Donald Trump. Trump, who has been publicly silent about Cheney's death since November 3rd, was not invited to the memorial service. Neither was his vice president, J.D. Vance. Two ex-presidents came, Republican George W. Bush, who eulogized Cheney. Cheney was, of course, Bush's vice president. And Democrat Joe Biden was there. Solid and rare and reliable is how Bush said his vice president was. Talent and restraint exceeded his ego. Smart and polished without airs. Moments before the service began, figures of recent but now receded power mingled. Bush and Biden and their wives sitting in a row together. Former Vice President Kamala Harris and Mike Pence chatting side by side in their pew with Al Gore and Dan Quayle together behind them. Biden greeted Republican Senator Mitch McConnell, the former longtime Senate leader, and his wife. Behind them sat Representative Nancy Pelosi, the former House Speaker. Daughter Liz Cheney, the former high-ranking House member whose Republican political career was shredded by Trump's MAGA movement, joining Bush in addressing the gathering at the Grand Church. Others delivering tributes at the funeral, Cheney's longtime cardiologist, Jonathan Reiner, former NBC News correspondent Pete Williams, who became Cheney's spokesperson at the Pentagon, and the former vice president's grandchildren. Trump administration has drafted a 28-point peace plan that appears to be a non-starter. It calls for Ukraine to make major territorial concessions to Russia and drop demands for a peacekeeping force to deter future attacks by Moscow. The administration is trying the same approach it used to achieve a U.S.-brokered ceasefire in Gaza last month, drafting a multi-point outline and then push the warring parties to accept it. But the blueprint, which was worked out by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, is likely to run into strong opposition in Kiev from the European governments involved, also according to one European official. A Frida Kahlo self-portrait. You guys remember Frida?
Yeah.
Sure.
I do.
There was a movie about her. Selma Hayek played her in the movie.
Oh, I knew that movie.
I never heard of her.
Frida
That's
Kahlo.
not surprising.
Yeah, Frida Kahlo.
Or Selma Hayek. Which one have you not?
I've heard of Selma.
Oh, okay.
Frida Kahlo's self-portrait could become the most expensive artwork by a female or Latin American artist at auction tonight in New York. Sotheby's estimates that El Sueño will fetch $40 million to $60 million. That would surpass the 44.4 million women's record set by Georgia O'Keeffe's painting and 34.9 million Latin American record held by another Kahlo self-portrait. El Seño depicts Kahlo asleep beneath a skeleton wrapped in explosives, a nod to a Mexican Easter effigy. While most Kahlo pieces are in Mexico under a law barring their sale, this self-portrait is privately owned abroad. The piece appears in a surrealistic-themed auction, although Kahlo rejected the surrealist label.
Is she a good-looking gal?
She was, how can I put this politely? She wasn't as pretty as Selma Hayek, who played her in the film. That's the way I'll put it.
Think about a mud fence.
Oh, okay, I got it. Thank you, John.
I want to lay some art info, some art knowledge on you, Such.
Yeah.
A little-known fact that all of Georgia O'Keeffe's paintings, every single one of them, self-portrait.
Yeah. Now, weren't they all upside down, too, or something? Some strange
You have to have art knowledge to get that joke. And John is now laughing his head off. So I think he gets it.
Well, thank you all.
Yes, Rookie.
Okay, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys are out there and you don't have a lot to do and you really want to occupy your mind with good thoughts, well, then you have to look no further than Minnesota's Freemasons. Why is that? Well, for the last couple of years right now, I've been telling y'all about the great things Minnesota Freemasons are doing. Really good things like donating over $6 million annually to support cancer research, aging studies, and children's communication disorders. There's over 8,000 Freemasons throughout the great state of Minnesota working together to make the world a better place by focusing on the core values of friendship, personal development, and helping those in need. Those are really good things to do. Minnesota Masons give away dozens of scholarships each year to tomorrow's leaders. This year, they're going to give out over $900,000 in student scholarships for 2025. To date, Minnesota Masonic Charities has given out over $13 million in scholarships. $13 million. That's why we're such great fans of Minnesota's Freemasons. They're donating their time and talents to foster the next generation of business and civic leaders. If you want to learn more about Freemasonry, their scholarship programs, and maybe upcoming events with the Civility Project, go to mnfreemasons.org. That's mnfreemasons.org.
This guy wears many hats, just not indoors. Joe Souchere.
Hofferman Water and Connecticut are here. Give yourself the gift of the best quality water known to man this holiday season. You do that right away by getting on that schedule and having them come out for that free water analysis, just like I did a number of years ago. 612-895-2440. You can also book your appointment online at HoffermanWater.com. Did I mention it's free, by the way? Yeah, you book that appointment online at HoffermanWater.com, and as long as you're on that website, you can see every single different water treatment system that they have to offer. Whether you're in the mood for a brand new water softener, maybe an iron, rust, and odor filtration system, or a brand new drinking water system, or treat yourself to all three. Why not? You deserve the best, and Hofferman Water and Connecticut can provide that. You know what? I started out as a customer years ago. It's made an amazing difference in the quality of my water. It'll cut down on your salt usage, but it's also going to protect all of your appliances. And that's because bad water can affect everything inside of your home. So go with the best. HoffermanWater.com. They have been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Do me a favor and mention that you heard about them on the Garage Logic podcast. Joe?
Gents, I am taking some much-needed time off from all of you next.
That's Russ's email.
That's the note from,
Here is. You're taking some time off.
Here is this week's GLer of the week. The Masters Maple person.
That's right.
Nathan Michaels of Robbinsdale, Minnesota.
Come on down.
Nathan Michaels, congratulations. I got his address here and the whole deal. You're going to get that Masters Maple gift pack, right? A little sneak preview of next week.
No.
Now, I'm not going to give the name. I'm just going to tell you that it's someone who doesn't live in Minnesota.
Oh.
I think it's our first distant winner.
Really?
In the
Does
town
she
council.
live in Western Maine?
No.
Or no, Western
Maryland? No. I'd see to that if I could.
You know, speaking of that, Ross was nice enough to come down here and record that wonderful Give to the Max Day video in honor of Patrick Schoonover and the Schoonover Foundation. I was really glad that you recorded it talking into your microphone.
Yeah, very good. Just was the
Well,
wrong
aren't we
one.
supposed to?
No, he was recording it with his cell phone.
Jailers,
I
that's
kind of
what
get
happened.
attached to it.
That's what happened during the last commercial break.
Yeah.
That's why it was a bit of an extended break.
We're sorry about that.
I'm going to do this for Kenny.
Okay.
We have the 77th defendant charged in the Feeding Our Future scam.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy's name is Usman Kamara, age 45. He owned Kay's Dollar Grocery and Deli in North Minneapolis.
I bet that deli had the freshest halal meats.
And he claimed he was serving more than 300,000 meals to the kids, and he was entitled to more than $1 million. But the store is about the size of this office,
Oh, bro
so
works
it was tough for him to get it. I'm going to give you more on that tomorrow because it's very interesting.
Okay.
But we got a new one.
My favorite part about that, Joe, is kickbacks.
Yeah.
Is anybody that received kickbacks being prosecuted? I want to be one of the kickback guys.
Yeah, if you're safe, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
This is a good one. We'll have to do it tomorrow.
Break it down for us
Break it
tomorrow.
down because he was all over the map there. Only because where are we now with the traveling linemen? We're cruising towards the northeast on the Indian Ocean off the east coast of Madagascar. All right.
Wow, okay.
And it's only because they come to us from this vessel.
Okay.
From the traveling linemen. It was on this day.
Joe, today is November 20th.
In 1855. The Mississippi River froze over for the season, concluding a busy year during which 553 boats and 30,000 people traveled to St. Paul.
Wait a second.
Uh-huh.
The Mississippi froze over on November 20th?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And you deny climate change.
That can't be true.
No, I've never denied climate change.
Oh.
I just deny the BS is run by the UN and all the rest of these frauds. On this day,
November 20.
In 1967, boy, she's that old, Nicollet Mall opened in Minneapolis.
Sorry, what year?
1967.
Wow.
That was a good year. I happen to think 1967 is the peak year for all automobiles, no matter what manufacturer. To me, that was the year for automobiles.
What do you think was...
I just think every car produced in 67 was the best it's ever been.
The Mustang?
Best. Everything, any car you come up with.
Pinto?
On this day...
November 20th.
In 1969, Indians of all tribes, a group of activists, including Adam Nordwall from the Red Lake Ojibwe, occupied Alcatraz in San Francisco. They intended to force negotiation with the federal government and to assert the need for native self-determination. Members of the group remained on the island until they were forcibly removed in 1971. Wow, they stayed out there for 2 years, bringing national attention to native issues. Why? Oh, I see. It was this day because he was a Minnesotan, Adam. On this day,
November 20,
in 1979, artificial blood was used in the United States for the first time when Dr. Robert Anderson of the University Hospital injected fluosol, a blood substitute developed in Japan, into a Jehovah's Witness individual who refused a regular blood transfusion on religious grounds.
How'd that work out?
Well,
for
that's the interesting part of this. We don't know how that played out for him. That's not in here. So, on this day in Minnesota sports disappointment history.
Joe, who did we lose to on November 20th?
Well, in 1943, on this day, the Gophers refused the Slab of Bacon trophy after beating Wisconsin.
They smack it with the
I didn't know that.
Koran?
I didn't know that was offered.
I thought we had the axe with Wisconsin.
Well, this was the Slab of Bacon trophy. We refused
That's
it.
kind of a bad trophy.
On this
Slab
day,
of bacon.
November 20th.
In 1966, Fran Tarkenton was benched for Ron Vanderkellen.
Ooh, Francis Asbury Tarkington?
Yeah.
I bet he did not take that well.
Probably not.
And he broke up a fight with you and Sid, you said?
He did.
Wasn't he the son of a preacher man?
He was.
Okay.
On this day,
November 20th.
in 1977, they don't build them like this anymore.
Yeah, I sure do. 67.
On this day in 1977, Walter Payton ran for 275 yards.
Of them, and they're pretty good. And yeah, I'll be listening to every single one of them. Yep.
Thank you, GLers.
Thank you, GLers, to every one of you that has donated so far to Give to the Max and the Patrick Schoonover Foundation. We appreciate that. And if you haven't done so yet, find out more at garagelogic.com/donate. And you can also find us on YouTube. As Kenny just mentioned, we are on YouTube where you can watch the show each and every single day starting right around noon. And you can also see full segments, video shorts, behind-the-scenes footage. It's all there for you. Just search Garage Logic on YouTube along with all of our social media channels, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and X. And also sign up for the Daily Logician. That email comes right to your inbox each and every single day, and it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more, sign up today at garagelogic.com. Time once again to check in with our guy, Mr. Money Talk. Josh Arnold is with us once again right here in Garage Logic, and now is the time for you to do the same. So do not delay. Do exactly what I did and pick up that phone and dial 952-925-5608. That number once again is 952-925-5608. When you call that number, you're going to get Josh, and he is there for you for that free, yes, I use the word free, 48-minute financial consultation with absolutely zero obligation. And he will always give you the straight talk. He will never give you the sugar-coated advice. And he is on the line with us once again right here in Garage Logic. And boy, Josh, we lost it, didn't we?
We lost it. It was not just the Vikings losing on Sunday. It wasn't just the Twins giving up, or say Twins management giving up on the season, trading away an entire relief staff. The market today lost a very, very good opportunity with last night's NVIDIA earnings, a beat and raise quarter. NVIDIA, the chip company that specializes in chips for games with their GPUs that have been expanded for cryptocurrency mining and now to artificial intelligence. And the run in artificial intelligence is not even 3 years old. And the talking heads and others are saying, oh, it's a bubble. The AI thing is a bubble. Too much is being spent and there might not be enough revenue generated. During the run-up, all you talking heads are encouraging people to buy. This was the next best thing. Now, a year after we've had a significant move up after companies, whether it be Google or Meta or Microsoft or favorite Amazon, were spending money, and there are many other companies spending money on build-out of data centers and building on artificial intelligence. The same people that said this is the next best thing are saying, well, maybe not, better get out now. And listening to them, which I am not, but do have to pay attention because they do have an impact on market behavior, whether through individuals or through the machines, do have an influence on a day-to-day basis. If I had listened to the talking heads on Apple over the last 20-plus years that I have owned and traded the stock, I would have been out at the equivalent of $5. Apple today trading at $270. You can do the math. The same is true of Amazon. You do the math. Chip companies, well, chip companies might be a different animal, at least to me. They do have a cycle, but the cycle, we'll say, for a company like NVIDIA could be a lot longer, and the use cases for their chips could be far greater than many people think because there are always newer use cases that seem to be developed. Plus, NVIDIA does sell their chips around the world, including adding some new sales along with trade deals being negotiated by the president. Yet today, NVIDIA, when they reported their earnings last night, beat and raised their guidance. They answered a lot of questions that the talking heads had. The stock opened up at $195 a share, $9 above where it closed yesterday. And in the last half hour, a little more than the last half hour, as we record this, NVIDIA stock has traded down to $185 a share. And this has led a lot of selling in other high-profile names, whether it's another favorite, another company that beat and raised. And we've said that this company is very expensive, price to sales, price to earnings basis, but they are still growing at a rapid rate. Palantir has lost 5% in the last hour. Google hit a new high. They're down a couple percent from their high. Microsoft, which has been down recently, also sold off with the market. Now, part of this, NVIDIA is still the largest company by market capitalization on the S&P 500 and on NASDAQ. So when the selling begins in these stocks, it kind of accelerates, and we've gone over this before, due to indexers also selling, and the selling by the indexers begets some more selling within the individual names and so forth and so on until it is exhausted and then tends to reverse over a period of time. At the same time that's happened, giving up these gains, this provides an opportunity to utilize some of the cash as part of our asset allocation mix to start picking up smaller lots of these leading names, which I believe will move upwards, not in a straight line, of course, over the course of the next year. And I'm still very bullish, as you're aware, of Apple and Amazon. NVIDIA, because it's a chip company, to me still represents some good trading opportunity. I do like Palantir for its utilization of artificial intelligence as well. What is causing some of this pullback and very rapid pullback? Something that I've always been mindful of or a little worried of. What is going to cause the market to go down? It's not going to be interest rates. It's not a housing bubble anymore. It's the amount of money that people have been putting into cryptocurrency, and also the number of people that have bought, or companies that have bought cryptocurrencies. And that's been done on, we'll say, significant leverage. Bitcoin today dropped below $90,000 a coin, now in bear market territory, and could go a little bit further. This has brought down a whole host of companies that are related or tied to the Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies. I am not one to invest in cryptocurrencies nor recommend them, and you've heard that for a long time from me. But right now, when crypto is coming down and you are using borrowed money to acquire cryptocurrency, the margin clerk and accountant will say at a firm, and when that goes down and you've got to cover that margin, you're either going to sell the cryptocurrency or sell something else. When the margin clerk calls, you've got to act yesterday. And that, unfortunately, is what's happening, but it does provide an opportunity to go into some outstanding companies that are still growing their sales and growing their earnings, something that cryptocurrency or other, we'll say, commodity or hard assets are not going to do.
Excellent advice.
Just an aside,
Yep.
Walmart put out their numbers, a beat and raise, and they're taking customers from the local Red Circle company.
Excellent advice, as always, Mr. Money Talk. You heard him, GLers. Now is the time for you to pick up the phone and make the call for that free 48-minute financial consultation with absolutely zero obligation. And you do that just like I did by dialing 952-925-5608, where you always get straight talk and never, ever sugar-coated advice. Josh, once again, thank you so much for the time and the chat. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Chris.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reavers is a paid endorsed